Hi, everyone. I have I don't know how do you say it when all the ships hit the fan moment. I arrived last night at 20 minutes away from the clinic where I would have an appointment, and then we were just about to leave, and the weather is really awful, compared to in Southern Cal. And I'm not making it because we're sitting with a flat tire. Um, this has happened before when I really needed to be somewhere. So I just left a message at the voicemail of the clinic. And it's not the end of the world because I scheduled another appointment with an older doctor on my own expense. And it's just we drove like really far and then we're stuck, actually stranded. Because we're in off-grid area, and I've made a movie about this before. We're actually at the San Bernardino, El Cajon area, and it's off-road, and so AAA can't really come here, and I'm kind of stuck because the wash that I talked about in other movies is now been raining full for like the whole night, and I was already a little bit concerned. Yesterday afternoon when I looked up the weather, I was like, okay, we're gonna have to pass through real quickly and then just go to onto a warmer area. And that's still what happened. I just wanna actually document this because 4 years ago, I'm still a little bit weepy and not feeling that well, but I would have been screaming and crying in the rain on the floor. I would not have been able to manage this. The amount of emotion I think that dysregulates, and then of like having doing so much effort. I got harassed on the way over here last night the whole time. Like I couldn't go faster than 40 or 50 every 90 minutes. There was a car like blocking me, and again I will talk about it another time because then that situation is just not worth mentioning every single time or every movie. It makes me sound really crazy, and that's just the last thing I really want to touch upon right now when I'm actually managing myself so much better. And the only thing that could have gotten me speaking this clearly and not crying and just completely lost in a grown-up meltdown that I still have here and there. It's the life experience that I gained from every single time that this happened in the last 4 years. I believe it was in Nevada, so it's in 2016, when I for the first time was able to get out on my way through the Sierras and then way back to actually be there. I found myself stranded, stuck in the middle of the desert, and I was so scared, and I was so not behaving very well. The dogs just sat away and they waited while I dug a hole around the tire, and I realized there and then, like, this is just not gonna work. There's no one to blame. There's no one gonna die. If I'm gonna die, I will have to take care of that in a much different way. And is this what I really want to give to my animals in the moments that we need each other the most? And they're now sleeping calmly because they're happy they don't have to sit outside because we were all kind of crying. The wind here is so much worse than in the south, the Santa Ana wind. And I noticed the road was already completely scraped empty, like the tire already sounded differently. But now I realize that I might have driven with a already half flat tire, basically. It's gonna be okay. the rain should be going on for 3 or 4 days. I don't think I should wait this long, but in between, because I know the area, the water absorbs in this area reasonably well. And I was about that in the previous films, and it actually helps me to remember, because I wouldn't really remember. I would be crying, and again, it's not the end of the world. I'm glad I tried it, and I had already organized with someone else that if there was anything coming in between, that I would have him remind me that I have a backup appointment with a very good doctor who knows me and who actually started the medication regimen that actually worked quite well for the first time. It yeah, we'll just find a way to get out of this. Thank you so much for hanging in there with me. It's definitely kind of hard still. It's gonna be okay. So I'll find the right moment to kind of get out of the was, because once I'm stuck in the was, and I was stuck in the was before, and again I mentioned that before, this guy Johnny, he actually broke the car almost kind of on purpose, and again I run into these kind of figures, and this is kind of a semi high risk area, and I just needed to be here for like 7 hours or something. And I have enough water, and I have AAA once I make it to the side of the road. I just don't think it's smart to do it right now. And there's a whole lot of rain more coming. It's 90%, I suppose 0% in Southern Cal. I should have trusted my guts not to have gone, but I just want to give it a try. I just really want to kind of prove to myself that I don't want to give up on myself on the healthcare, and I have so much, and so like I teased that all out, and it's because that bone here, I told you in the other movie already, this is completely kind of disappeared, and the root has nothing to hold it on. And that's just the beginning of like so many other things. And this weather also doesn't much make it better, and it's raining in the car, and it's like here it's raining. I don't know if you can see it, but again, it's still mostly warm. Hey, Aki. I know I panicked, Aki. Oh, it's okay, Aki. Oh. So I just kind of got up and we tried to leave, and then the light on the car goes on, and I still look on the other side, on the wrong side of the car. There's Aki's egg. This is her. This is her hoop space. She did that actually in the window. She probably wants to see. And this is a doggy bed that she can like really lay in very safely, but she doesn't like it too much during the day. She abandons her eggs. In fact, there are still the 2 eggs in that nest that we just drove away from. Okay, and that's the train again. Again, you've heard that in the other videos. We're next to the train. And again, we're safe. It's just a little inconvenient, and it would have been inconvenient if I was completely falling apart. And I've had those moments, because it's actually not that crazy. It's just so much more helpful if because the practice and the experience I've built up and used to be able to manage a little bit better, because in the end of the day, that's actually what saves me a little bit. And I don't always have it in my hand, but I do have it in my hand to practice in between, and I just work so hard, and this is why, so that I can speak here in one piece and to care of reasonable adult like way. I we're all kind of struggling of living kind of an adult like life, of course. This is weird. This is one of these where I actually need to see the doctor. I'm turning white. I don't even know where to be. That's that disorder. I don't know where it goes on. No, Guinness. Why are you throwing your paper for? Don't do paper. Here, let me where's the other chewies? Oh, yeah, they are. Oh, Eki. That's the last one, guys. Again, they're not ever faced too much by anything that happens because I do take care of it, and if I mix it up, because they are very close by. Actually, it was here last time that we left in the dark and that I waited before the rain was going over, and it was actually, we came from here, right, actually, and I hadn't told them. I just drove, and I realized only 15 minutes later when we made it to the road that they were all sitting next to me like this, and it's really the dark, every turn, every bump. I hadn't noticed that. I was just so like, oh my god, we have to get through this, we have to get through this. I shouldn't be bothering them about that. And then I realized that they're all laid back down once we made it to the road. They know. Like, this is, I need to continue to give them the tools to be able to manage it in a way that doesn't impact them too much. Tommy, what's Tommy sitting there in his little hole? That's another side, the back part. Again, my other dog used to sleep there, but when it's a little bit too much, or and I'm this is kind of loud and getting too much, then they sometimes sit there in the back and we give each other a break. And like I said, if they kind of need their space, they go sit there. But most of the time they're attached to me. Like, I will lay here in a minute and they will be laying next to me the rest of the morning, basically. And they know I'm in pain, but I won't like necessarily ask them to come, except for my big boy. But my big boy is knocked out